What's up, y'all? This is your boy Eddie Jax. Welcome back to the Drop That Podcast. Before we get into wrestling talk, shout out to our sponsor, Layback TV, okay? Over 10,000 channels, movies on demand, every sports channel, every HBO, pay-per-views, if you believe in that still. Every multiple languages, very simplified, compatible on your iPhones, Androids, and Fire Sticks, okay? Check them out on Layback TV, only $25 a month. Better than Xfinity and Spectrum. Fuck y'all, okay? Try sue me now. Now let's get to some wrestling talk. Whoa! Yo, we got a lot to fucking dabble in. Less time to talk about it, but we're gonna give the best we got, okay? First off, on wrestling talk, Cody Rhodes calls out Kevin Owens from that devastating pile driver that he put Randy Orton on the shelf. Calls him out, no fucking appearance. Turns out, Smackdown general manager Nick Aldis says, don't fucking come here. Don't fucking come here. But it is official. Cody Rhodes will be on SmackDown this Friday, and so will Kevin Owens. I think this is going to lead to a possible either Survivor Series or Saturday night main event that's going to be next month in Long Island. I think we're going to see Cody Rhodes versus Kevin Owens, WWE Undisputed Championship. Something tells me, the way this heel turn when it comes down to Kevin Owens, it feels a little different. Little similar vibe for when he was a heel and beat Seth Rollins for the Universal Championship with interference by Triple H. I feel we might get that. I feel like we're going to get a title change from Cody to Kevin. It's been 8 years, basically, since Kevin has held a singles championship. But I don't think we're going to get a long title reign from Kevin. I think we might get a title change again back to Cody. And it's got to be. I mean, it's going to be A, B, or C. Either A is Survivor Series, B is some Saturday night main event, or C is going to be both. But I think it's going to be one or the other. Because you can't have Survivor Series in Vancouver without the undisputed WWE champion, the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes. So I see that happening. This is the only storyline that Cody is being a part of. He's not part of the bloodline situation right now. And as far as Randy Orton goes, I wouldn't be surprised if he pops up out of nowhere on Saturday Night Main Event, or somewhere in between Saturday Night Main Event and the Royal Rumble. I mean, we don't, for kind of shock, we don't have a pay-per-view or a premium live event in January. The Royal Rumble is going to be February 1st in Indianapolis. So, fuck are we going to be doing in January? It's going to be kind of crazy. You know, November 30th is Survivor Series, and then the next PLE is technically the Royal Rumble on February 1st. I think that has something to do to possibly because January 6th, Raw goes to Netflix officially, and it's going to debut at the Intuit Dome in Los Angeles, California. Hope to see you there, maybe. Won't say anything. So, yeah, I think it's kind of the feel that I'm getting when it comes down to Cody and KO. Moving on. Gunther is having some doubt ever since his loss to Cody Rhodes at Crown Jewel. He's a little fidgeted. He's on the edge when it comes down to Damian Priest. Damian Priest already put his ass on the ground this past Raw now. So, word is that we might see that as a World Heavyweight Championship popping off at the Survivor Series. I can't wait. I think it's about time we give a real shot at a title reign with Damian Priest. You know what I mean? I really feel like that's what's coming. You know, Damian Priest has got a big babyface fan base coming right now. You know what I'm saying? You know, we're seeing him everywhere. We've seen him at one of the games for the World Series when the New York Yankees took on the LA Dodgers. Since he's a born and raised New Yorker. We seen him at Madison Square Garden this past Saturday at UFC 309. So I think Damian Priest he's kind of like on a championship little ambassador tour without the championship. Like he's getting ready. I feel like title reign number 2 for the World Heavyweight Championship is coming for El Campeón. I would bet on that. So I can't wait to see that. Moving on. What we got? So the new Bloodline recruits this past Smackdown the services of Bronson Reed. Now, the new Bloodline that has Solo Sikoa, Jacob Fatu, Tama Tonga, Tonga Loa, and now they got their 5th member, Bronson Reed. That's a big fucking deal. Holy shit. And it turns out that Jimmy Uso and Jey Uso and Sami Zayn, after reuniting with Roman to form the OG Bloodline, they've been looking for a 5th member. Who could have been? You know what I'm saying? They try to talk to Braun Breaker. They gave a shot, believe it or not, to Seth freaking Rollins, Roman Reigns' old Shield brother. And he turned him down. And, I mean, they helped him a little bit against his rematch with Bronson Reed. Still, and he lost against Bronson Reed. So I wonder what's this going to lead to. Why do I feel like this is going to lead to Seth freaking Rollins just joining Roman Reigns one last time, like the good old days? I mean, I think Dean Ambrose / John Moxley would be proud if he saw that. But it'd be interesting. It'd be interesting to see face to face Roman and Seth. I feel like that's coming. I wouldn't be surprised if we see Seth freaking Rollins on Smackdown this Friday. I wouldn't be surprised. Something's coming, and I feel like that's a warm 5th member. But that leads me to the pivot to, after the beatdown that the OG Bloodline suffered from the new Bloodline. Jay has been asking him to make the call. And Roman finally made the call to none other than the wise man, Paul Heyman. And what happens when he makes that call? Call disconnected. Well, technically not. Number is no longer in service. That's interesting. That's very interesting. I want to know. Like, I have so many things of that. So many people have actually been trying to go back and forth with me of what that means. Paul Heyman disconnected his number. Does that mean we're going to see Paul Heyman make a return at the Survivor Series, where he helps the OG Bloodline defeat the new Bloodline at War Games? I got my own thought process with this. Now, if you take a look back, right? If you take this back, when we were leading up to the road to WrestleMania 40, right? Where you got Paul Heyman, who is side by side with the Tribal Chief, Roman Reigns, and the final boss, The Rock. Notice what Paul had in both hands. He had a phone with a case that said the Bloodline, and a phone in his hand that had a case with the Brahma Bull. So he was calling Roman and The Rock separate. Now that phone that he was calling Roman Reigns during the process of Reigns losing at WrestleMania, where Solo was slightly coming into the spot of Tribal Chief. Remember, that phone that he was calling Roman Reigns got stomped on by Solo. So, what phone is Roman really calling? That phone was stomped out. I feel like when it comes down to Paul Heyman, I feel like he may have aligned with someone else. I think we will see Paul. I think you will hear him on the microphone. Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? My name is Paul Heyman. Some people think we're going to see Paul Heyman return with Brock Lesnar as his advocate again. I don't. Some people believe we're going to hear his name pop up out of nowhere, that he's the wise man to the original tribal chief, Roman Reigns. I don't think so. I think the next time we see Paul Heyman, and I could be wrong, I don't mind being wrong, I think we're going to see Paul Heyman return being on the side of The Rock. I think The Rock has required the services of the wise man. And that's the reason why he changed his number. Because if, you had CM Punk, you were advocate of Brock Lesnar, you were the wise man of Roman Reigns. Remember, these three men had power. They had championships. How do you get higher than a world champion? How do you get higher than a tribal chief? You require services to service the final boss. You don't get any higher than that. So I think that's what we're going to see. But it's yet to be determined. And before we close out, let's just call it what we just saw right now. The return of Mommy, Rhea Bloody Ripley. And they made the challenge. So it's finally going down, and I'm very excited about this War Games. We got our final War Games setup, and it's for the women. We got the War Games 5-on-5 Survivor Series match. We got the Women's World Champion Liv Morgan, the WWE Women's Champion Nia Jax, Miss Money in the Bank Tiffany Stratton, Raquel Rodriguez, and WWE's Women's Speed Champion Candice LeRae taking on Rhea Bloody Ripley, the WWE Women's Tag Team Champions Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill, number one contender to the Women's World Championship Io Sky, and Naomi. 5-on-5 Women's War Games match is official. Can't fucking wait to see that. I'm not giving my predictions yet. I'm gonna wait next week when we do our segment for Who You Got. That's it we got for our episode. This is the Drop That Podcast. I'm your boy Eddie Jax. Subscribe to the page, like the page, comment, fucking give your opinion, do what you want to do. I'll be happy to debate ya all motherfucking day. Alright? You guys be safe out there. Peace!